I am NCK 2310 and welcome. Yes, it's the first time I'm trying the live stream. So I hope it's working nicely. Let me know if you're there and if you can hear me. Yes, I am NCK 2310 and what we do here, we do analyze and scrutinize music, songs. That's what we usually do here. Yes. So today I've prepared a song for us, a very nice song, and I'm gonna read what the song says. Yes. I'll start to read now what the song says. Forgive us for being rude and polite to President Uhuru Kenyatta. Where shall I talk due to shame? Where shall I sing this song due to shame? The way I was on the side of these people, it means these corrupt people, while saying we have made it. That's the first verse of the song. The song continues to say, how will we Kenyans ever make it? Who will ever get us out of this hole, this dangerous situation Kenyans are in because of all the corrupt leaders that are there in Kenya? If at all, even this one who was pretending to be godly, almost pretending to be a preacher, he was a chicken seller, can change and be so cruel. Oh my, wish we knew that to be promised is not to be given. Uhuru tried to advise us, but we told him we knew better. That the Tutifagahua, that's what we say. Oh my, he tried to beg us to listen to him, but we ignored him. And now we are searching for him due to our bad situation. You know, with this first verse of the song, it says how Kenyans are in bad situation because of the government that they have today. And we were warned. But according to me as a Kenyan, I can say that President Uhuru did not warn us in the proper way. Because if you talk a little bit in terms, in proverbs or something, and not going directly to the point, the people will not know what you're talking about. So we Kenyans, we also can say, hey, Uhuru Kenyatta, you did not give us good information or enough information for that case. Let's hear on what the song says. That the Gen Zs, we know our Kenyan Gen Zs have been trying all their level best. We know how many of our Gen Zs lost their lives just trying to fight for freedom for us Kenyans. The song says, Gen Zs occupy and freedom was rejected. At times, it comes at times when people are denied their right of freedom, they get it by force. When hustler can't be told anything, that was all lies which Kenyans were told by President Ruto, that hustler can't be told anything. At the hustler's Matifagabua, that was the phrase, which was heartbreaking. It was a trick. It was a trick by the chicken seller It seemed like when you trick a chicken, if you want to catch a chicken, you put maize and the chicken come eating the maize on the way. That's how President Ruto treated Kenyans. He lied to them. And the citizens, as they were called the hustlers, they believed in him. and they joined him. Well, those who are being called hustlers, for example, the vegetable seller, Mama Boga, the Boda Boda, the bike guys, they are the ones who are being harassed, being thrown tear gas to. And we know that also with the high taxes that President Ruto tried to insert on Kenyan people. You know, with this song, when we listen to this song, it's actually very touching because I can see why. For example, for me, as a Kenyan living in the diaspora in Sweden, some of us, we always make sure every 5 years when it comes to voting in our country that we are there because we love our motherland, even if we don't live there. We love our Kenyan people. You know, there are so many diasporians, people who live in the diaspora. They gave away their citizenship many years ago. And even after the 2010 constitution came, they've never tried to get back their Kenyan citizens, and they could. But because they don't care, they gave away their citizenship. And some of them, we see them shouting here online. So you Kenyans around the world and wherever you are, back home, also here in the diaspora, you have to know who you are even discussing with. Because some people you're discussing with, yeah, they are black like you and me. They talk Kikuyu, Kiswahili, all languages, but they get their citizenship long time ago. And they never tried even to get it back. Those kind of people, you think they love the country? Do you think so? So it's high time, you Kenyans, before you even start to talk with, you should know who you are discussing some things with. You should know who you're talking with. Because with some people, it could be you're wasting your time. It's people who don't care about our motherland. Because I do remember, like for me, I used to live many years in Germany. But those years, we still had the old constitution. So we Kenyans, we had to give away our Kenyan nationality so as to get a German nationality. But I refused. All the years I lived in Germany, those years, I used to be only living there as a resident because I had to give away my Kenyan citizenship so as to get the German passport. But I love my motherland so much, I said, no way. I stood always with my Kenyan citizenship. And then when I moved from Germany to Sweden, after 1 year I was then here, and in 2010, they changed the constitution. They said, yes, we Kenyans, we can have 2 citizenship. And that's then when I applied for Swedish citizenship. But there are other Kenyans, as I'm saying here, you have to listen. There's so many Kenyans in everywhere, in these diaspora countries. They gave away their citizenship. They are no more Kenyans. Even if by birth they are Kenyans. But they never agreed to get back. And it's very simple. You just go online and you say you want to have your citizenship back. But some of them, they are lazy, they are careless, they don't care. So some of the people you see shouting here online, they don't have Kenyan citizenship anymore. So be careful with who you're discussing with. You know, I thank God that some of the people we have in Kenya, especially politicians, they always like to investigate. Who is this? Is this one of those people who gave away their citizenship making noise online? Who is this? Is this one of the people who don't care about our motherland, Kenya? They're just shouting all here online. You know, it's high time that we get to know if you love motherland, try to get back your citizenship. Because it's very important that every 5 years, when we are going for elections, general elections, that you'll be part of it. But some of you who lost their citizenship, you can never vote. And you just come here and confusing Kenyans, talking things you have no idea. First step, get your citizenship back. Then you can talk. And that's why I say, I think some people don't understand this thing. You know, I remember when there was this story about Miguna Miguna. I really understood it very well. Because If I had given away my Kenyan citizenship those years, I could have been also like another Miguna Miguda. But for me, I retained it. I had never given away. And even if those people who gave it away, maybe for different reasons or whatever reasons, you should try to get it back. Because if you don't get it back, Kenyans like me or other Kenyans will think you don't care. You don't love your motherland. You don't love where you come from. There's nothing we can discuss and talk with you. Because you never vote. You're just a noise maker, as we used to call it in schools. It's high time. If you love our motherland, Kenya, first get your citizenship back, please. So that when it comes to voting, you and I, each and every vote counts. Otherwise, you're just making noise, and you don't help in anything. You just leave our Kenyans just stranded just like that. And we continue to hear on the next verse of the song. The song says, let me see where we reached. Yes. The song is also showing some of the betrayals we saw when there was this financial bill, 2024. We saw how some of the MPs betrayed Kenyans. This will always be remembered. We will never forget how the Kenyans betrayed us, how some of those MPs we had entrusted in, we had hopes in. We saw how they fooled us, how they let us down. Anyway, on this song, some of those betrayals, photos for those MPs are showing. And then the song continues to say, I always ask myself, what makes one to change the moment one enters State House and the moment one is in power? So it means, for example, we can ask ourselves, how whoever goes into State House, they change. They forget the civilians. They forget us people. They forget the promises they made. You know, it just turns all to be lies. They just forget about the civilians who brought them to that position. And it's heartbreaking. Very, very heartbreaking. The song is asking, how comes whoever goes there, they forget about the civilians. They forget the promises they made before we elected them. The song says, even the MPs who we had trusted, they passed the bill so that we could be oppressed and finished. And we saw all that happen. You know, it was just because of the noise that we made everywhere. Our agencies helped in it. They helped quite a lot. And that's why we should always appreciate our agencies in Kenya. They really saved Kenya because of their noises. That tax, which was for harassing the civilians, was dropped just because of the noises. But with the MPs that betrayed Kenyans, they will remain in the history. We will never forget them. We will never forget what they did. The song says, thank you. The song is also thanking someone like Lady Wamushoba. We know that she's brave. Because of her braveness, that even when the MPs, when they were silent, when they were decreased to nothing, someone, lady like Wamushoba and all the others stood with the truth. And they refused. And they said, no, we're going to stand with our Kenyan people. We will not let our Kenyan people to be oppressed. They stood with Kenyan people. And may God continue to bless all those MPs, those senators that stood with Kenyans. May God see you. May God continue to bless you. The song says, if you see our youths complaining, it means the parents are done. They have reached the end. They can't take it anymore. You know, I remember that those years when I was born in the 70s, I was born in Kenya. And those years, our parents, our grandparents, they were afraid, they were scared. those years it was Moi era. And even when I was born, I think my first 4 years, our first president, late Jomo Kenyatta, was the president then, but then I was young. But as much as I know is that these presidents, they were feared, especially Moi. I do remember this growing up. He was feared. Nobody dared say anything. Nobody dared open the mouth. Because if you did, you'll be found somewhere in coffee plantation, tea plantations, and stuff like this. So these things have always been there. These things have never stopped. It's heartbreaking. When will it ever end? When shall our people in Kenya have freedom? Because some of us used to say, oh, the Mau Mau, they fought the British. We got freedom. No, there is still no freedom in Kenya. If at all, even to speak is a problem. That when you open your mouth to fight for your rights is a problem. When will the rights be found for Kenyans? When will the real freedom come to the Kenyan people? This should remain the question for all of us. Because where we've reached right now, we are back to the days of Moi. And these days of Moi era, they've never finished. Because we also saw during Uhuru Kenyatta's term, there were also a lot of killings for innocent Kenyans everywhere. People flying, being found in river, wherever, different kinds of rivers and places. And the same thing is going on today with President Ruto as the president. So we can say this Moi era style is going on, is continuing, which is heartbreaking. Because how many lives shall we lose in Kenya? How many people shall be killed, brutal killed? When shall the Kenyans be free? And where the song continues to say that our parents didn't have a voice. Our parents were scared. And today, the Gen Zs are standing up to talk because we, the older people, we've been silent. The Gen Zs, some of them have lost their lives trying to fight for this freedom. What even the older people have been looking for years and years and years. And this is heartbreaking. This is the time we have to say, we as Kenyans, we have to come together. We have to make sure we send all these people away. I would call them Moi's students. Because the moment we keep returning them one by one, the more people sing, oh, Raila, 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 Raila. The Kikuyus, before it was Uhuru, 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 Uhuru. And now it's Gachagua, Gachagua, Gachagua. The Luya, it's all these rectangulars and all these Mudabatis, and it's crazy. Kenyans have to wake up. You all have to say it's high time. We all Kenyans. We don't have to be ruled by those Moi students. I still say it, and I say it again. Like now, we saw what happened, for example, with Raila losing the African Union chair. He lost that. And now everybody's saying, hey, come on, Kenyans, wake up. Why are you saying this? You think you cannot make it without Raila? So it shows how brainwashed you are. It shows that there's something missing with Kenyan people. If you're there and you're singing, oh, we need Raila back. Oh, who? Why? Why you cannot say, you other Kenyans, you can stand for your rights. You can fight also that we get the freedom ourselves. We don't need Raila. We don't need Kenyatta. We don't need Mois. We don't need also Rutos. We don't. We Kenyans can gather together and say, you know what? This is our land. It belongs to all of us. Kenya don't belong to Raila or to the Kenyattas or to Mois or to Rutos. No. Kenya belongs to all of us. And so I feel so sad when I see and hear Kenya saying, oh, we need Raila, we need Raila. Without Raila, we cannot do anything. Come on, wake up, cannot just say that Kenya is made of Raila. Without Raila, nobody can check on the government. Without returning to Uhuru. Remember, you Kenyans, think how much money we all owe World Bank. We all owe European Bank. We owe so much money. And who was ruling? All these people have been ruling. So you cannot say that now we have to turn to Uhuru and I don't know to Raila, so they show us directions. It shows how brainwashed Kenyans are, and it's heartbreaking. It's sad. It's high time you Kenyans send all these people away. Send them out. Stop mentioning them. You're thinking that without them, Kenya cannot function. Why? We have very well-educated Gen Zs who can rule and lead our motherland, Kenya. We have so many Gen Zs who even know better, they're educated. They are not like more students who believe in following this and bragging and stealing, left, right, center. We have well-educated Gen Zs who we can say we want Kenya to be ruled by these Gen Zs. You should have to send to Bondo. Uhuru Kenyatta already retired. Or he sent him to, we can do more than what we are doing as Kenyans. Right now that Raila is expected, he's the one to show direction. Which direction? Why are Kenyans talking like this? Are you out of your mind, Kenyans? Have you lost it? It's so touching when you just hear Kenyans saying, oh, now we have to know where to go. Listen, for example, I'm a Kikuyu. Yes, it's good when one region, we vote as a block. That I agree, so that we don't divide our votes. But we have to talk and say, okay, who is good? The Luo people, put away Raila. Think who is nice, who is good in the Luo community. The Kikuyus think, the Luya think, all the, and then we can elect all these. We have how many tribes in Kenya? 42, 43 or something like that from each tribe. When we cannot select someone we believe in, we can do that. And then we give them positions here and there and there. Or we gather them together and they agree, okay, among this we choose, they can choose for us that one and that one. So we don't have so many employees also because it costs a lot of money for us. I think it's high time we Kenyans to wake up. It's high time we Kenyans, we say enough is enough. We will send all my students home and we're gonna build our nation because nobody's gonna build the nation for us. All these people who you call our leaders, they are all greedy. They think for their own stomachs. They all want them and their families and their friends to get this and this and that, to earn this and this and that. I think where we are now as Kenyans, we have to wake up. Each and every Kenyan, you have to stop being brainwashed by these families or by these names. They've stolen enough, they should go home. They've stolen more than enough from our Kenyan people. Pesa ya umma is stolen every day. And you are there still putting back. The same people who are harassing and stealing and lying, they're the same people you expect to put back. They're the same people you're singing, our leaders, our leaders, our leaders. Those are not leaders. Those are criminals, more or less. And you should send all of them back home. So, when I sometimes listen to the Kenyan politics, I'm shocked just to hear how people, how the people are thinking. It hurts me. It really hurts. Because if you ask yourself, why should you say that without Raila, Kenya has no direction? Why should you say like that? It shows that you don't believe, we don't believe in ourselves. We Kenyans, we don't believe in our agencies, our youth who are well educated. A lot of parents, they pay so much for their life, they sacrifice so much in their lives to make sure that those agencies goes to school, they go to colleges, universities. A lot of parents They sell their lands, they sell their cows, goats, animals, cotton. They sacrifice so much to make sure that our youth have the education. They know what is right and wrong. They know when their rights are being taken away from them. You know, so it's high time we say enough is enough. We as Kenyans, we have to say, you know what? All my students home. All of them home. And then from there, we have to make sure that we join together and we can discuss and say, hey, you know what? For example, the Kikuyus, I'm a Kikuyu, we can say, we Kikuyu, who do you believe in? Who can we see according to the word? If some people have been elected, like MPs, we can see, okay, wait a minute, who have done the job, not just talking. Who is that who's been doing what he or she was elected to do? Those kind of people, then we can say, okay, with that one, we see according to the what he or she is doing, we have trust and hope in that one. But we don't have to wait all these more students to direct us. We don't. I think it's high time we say we Kenyans, we can do it by ourselves as Kenyan civilians. We can. And we have to make sure that all Moi students, let me repeat, Moi students, it means all those who are there during Moi time. We know all of them. We know so many of them. What are they still doing there in the government? Because they've been there so many years. And what has happened to Kenya? Poverty has increased more than anywhere else. Our youths, no job, no nothing. That a student is going learning so many years in schools, universities. After that, they end up cleaning the streets, or they end up going to these Arabic countries to be paid peanuts money. And that's why sometimes it hurts me so much when I hear that our Kenyan leaders are the first ones saying we're gonna take our Kenyan youths outside Kenya in these, for example, Arabic countries, and they're being paid peanuts. It hurts. And they don't know like what our Kenyan youths go through that. And also, for example, in these countries we are in, it's also not, if somebody would ask me, oh, would you bring I don't know who to Sweden? I would say, no, please, no. Like for me, I've worked my ass up to help my family that they can build life back home. That people, you know, that they could make a better life, because I know what goes on here in Sweden or in Germany. Those are the two countries I've lived in for many years. And if somebody asks me, would you tell somebody to come? I will say, please, you can't misunderstand me. You can think whatever some Kenyans think. When people like us, we say, oh, please don't come. They think, why? You're still there. Listen, we came here when we were young. I wish you know how many of us are waiting that we can go on retire. Even some of us won't wait until we are retired to go back home. I wish you would know the horrific things that goes on in these countries. You have no idea. And when we try to save our youths back home in Kenya, our so-called leaders, they're the first ones saying, we're going to send you there and there, to which countries? And they don't tell them the real things that goes on in these countries, in these diaspora countries. Nobody tells them. Nobody tells them about racism. Nobody tells them about the bad weather. Nobody tells them about the high bills that you work and work and work, and every money is going to the bills. Nobody talks about that. Nobody tells our people, our youths back home in Kenya. Or what they tell them, oh, we're going to send you out. Hey, out there, greener pasture. Hey, you know, but they don't. And when we people who are on the ground, when we try to tell you what goes on, I thank God, like with my family, you know, like with my two brothers' kids, I always tell them, I've always told them, for me, I'm giving you this and this money, try to build your life back home in Kenya, because here is not the best. What goes on here is horrors. What goes on here is things people don't talk about. There you are. If you're in the diaspora, start to tell your relatives back home. Some of them, they will think you're jealous, you don't want to bring them, but just let them know. So that if somebody finds a way and goes to those countries, will know what you're talking about. They will understand what you are talking about. They will know that you like them, that you like them. And that's why you're telling them, please don't dare come. I can give you 2 examples with my own story. I have 2 brothers. And believe you me, I did all the best what I could to assist my brothers back home in Kenya. Always used to help them with a lot of finance assistance so that they could build their life back home in Kenya. But guess what? As we know Kenya, some of them, they are arrogant, ignorant. My second brother thought, oh, maybe my sister just don't want me to leave Kenya. What did he do? With some of the money I'd given him behind my back, he went to Qatar. Listen to me if you're there, please listen. My second brother went to Qatar. When he went to Qatar, he didn't inform me nothing. So he went there. I think he stayed maybe 2 months. After things went south for him, he was almost dying in Qatar. That's when he contacted me. Oh, my sister, my mom was dying here in Qatar. He sent me videos and photos. I said, when? Since when did you go Qatar? He said, oh, I've been here 2 months. I said, oh, and did you tell me? And it's someone built chicken houses in Kenya, put water pipes so that he can do farming, bought car, built a house, everything, call it, name it. But because of ignorance, he decided to go to Qatar. Okay, there he was. He called me and called and so he was there, skiing like hell. He sent me videos of what he was doing in Qatar. He told me, you know, when I left Kenya, I came to Qatar. I was promised a job for driving, to be a truck driver or something. When I came, they took us to somewhere in the desert that he and some other Kenyans, they were digging, I don't know how many meters down in Qatar. Someone who's never worked like mining, I don't know what, down there. Someone who's never done that kind of a job down there, you go with different kind of air, some air, because it's different air when you're so deep down there. He was almost dying. And because, hey, blood is heavier than water, I rescued him and his 3 friends who are from Kenya. I rescued all of them. I made sure that I paid ticket so they could fly back home. That's just one example I'm giving you. So that you Kenyans, you can open your ears if you have ears. You can listen to me what I'm telling you. I don't think that it's everybody who thinks can go like that. But you never know. You never know where you're going to end up. You never know all those, I don't know, agencies sending whatever. Because that's what my second brother went through. I said to him, imagine if he did have somebody like me that could have sent him money to go back to Kenya, he and his friends. They would have passed down there in Qatar, down many meters down. And even my brother told me some Kenyans used to die down there. It's heartbreaking. And there we are hearing Kenyan government leaders telling our youth, our people, oh, go there. Oh, greener pastures. You should tell them the truth. Don't lie to our people. Just let it out. Tell them the truth. And even to make the matter worse, you know how much money they were being paid? My brother told me because I asked him, when I made it. So you've been there 2 months. So how much have you been paid? 20,000 shillings. That was a few years ago. 20,000 shillings. You know what? For farming in Kenya, for even when you have cows, you sell milk, you can get that kind of money easily. Our parents used to get that kind of money. That's why they were able to educate us in good schools. Those years when we were younger. And now you're telling me you're going to leave Kenya to go to those countries to earn 20,000 shillings? Being mistreated, being abused there. Come on, Kenyans, wake up. As I say, some of you don't want to hear, but I'll tell you the truth. Having lived over 31 years now in the West, this is what I can tell you. This is what, either you take it or leave it. I have nothing to lose. If you think, oh, she's telling that because I don't know what, that's up to you. But I'm telling you this because I want the best. It hurts me so much to hear what our Kenyan people go through. You know, if you see, for example, there are so many in this, like for example, in the Scandinavia where I am. Scandinavia means Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark, Iceland. Scandinavia countries. In these countries, the winters, they are so cold. It's not a joke. It's not a walk in the park. So if you're there and you walk, I do remember when I used to live in Germany, those years, many years before, And I used to take my younger sister that passed away, but then when she was alive, I'd taken her to Germany. When she experienced the winter, she was no. Running back to Mombasa, to my mom. My late mom was living in Mombasa then. My younger sister, she couldn't stand it, and I understood her. I said it's fine, but I had already given her in advance warning. I told her it's very cold, so you know. And there, at least she used to run when it's winter time. She used to say, no, it's so cold for me and stuff like that. But there are so many other people, they come, they're stuck, and they can't stand the winters in these Scandinavian countries, for example, even in Germany. Many years ago, it used to be very cold. It used to be cold, maybe not now, and especially the city I was living in, Düsseldorf, it was a little bit better. But places like Hamburg and stuff, they are cold in winter time. So you have to, you yourself, you have to think, okay, wait a minute, am I able to, you have to inform people what they're gonna meet. And also, you have to tell the people, because some people just tell the Kenyans, oh, you're gonna earn this and this money. Oh, when you come to Sweden, you're gonna earn this and this. And they convert it to Kenya shillings. What they don't tell them, how is it living there? How is it to pay the bills? What does it cost? How is it? Nobody talks about that. And for Kenyans, I don't know if it's blind or what, they just see the amount. They don't know that most of that money will go to their bills. And when we say, for example, if you have somebody who is already in the diaspora and assisting you, please, Kenyans, make the best use of each and every coin that you get assistance of. Because that time will come when that time will be gone and that period is finished. A time will come like that. So if you assisted, don't go wasting every money. You think, oh, new money gonna come again from diaspora. No, make the best out of it. Because that person who is sending you works day in, day out. That person who is helping you and even caring about you is working hard, so hard. You know, here in the West, a lot of people just work, because it is the style like that. Because even the Wazungus, when you see them on holidays, for example, they come to Kenya, they just make holiday once a year. Because they work, saving, and then directly once a year they can afford holiday. And when you see them, you think, oh, Wazungus, they have so much money. You have no idea, you have no clue what goes on. Ask us who are on the ground, ask us who lived here many years and many years. When we try to advise you, it's not in a bad way. When we try to tell you, please make the best of what you're being given, make the best out of it, you misunderstand. When we try to tell you, please, instead of you coming here, if you have somebody to help you, somebody to assist you, please make the best out of it. And if you get a chance to leave Kenya and go to those countries, these countries or those in the Arabic countries, you should know in advance what awaits for you, what's awaiting for you. You know? And let's see what the song says. That's why my mom educated me. So I know, my mom or dad would say, educated me. So I know when my rights are being violated. You know, our Kenyan youths, they're very well educated. Our Kenyan youths, they know when their rights are being violated. And that's why when you see them angry and going out on the streets, it's because they know their rights. You know, before, older people like me and our parents and grandparents, we did not really know our rights in Kenya. We always thought, oh, when you speak, oh, more you will send people and you'll be kidnapped and you'll be thrown somewhere, you're found in coffee and tea, which used to be the case. So people used to be very afraid, really scared. But here we are, our youths today, they know their rights. They know that if somebody is telling you, hey, you have no right of speech, they know the right is being violated. When someone tell you, you know what, when you have to agree when this and these bills are being passed, before many years, more era, I think nothing was being denied. Everything was like he said, pass this one, pass this bill. Everything had to be passed, unfortunately. You know, but today at least our Kenyan youths, they know their rights. And if our Kenyan youths can dare go to the streets, risking their lives, why we parents, why grandparents can't trust them with leadership? This is a question. Kenyan grandparents. If our youth, if you trust our youth, that they can go to the streets to risk their own lives, to face with the Kenyan brutal police, if they can do that, why you cannot trust them that they can lead us as a nation? Why? Because I think that's what should be. We Kenyans, we have to say we want to be led by Gen Zs and millennials. All these other people who are old like me and the grandparents, retire, go home, please. You've spoiled the nation. You've destroyed Kenya. You know, our grandparents, our great grandparents, they fought so hard for our nation to get it back from the British. And there you are, the leaders in Kenya, spoiling it. They don't care, just selfish, egoistic, stealing everything what they can get from our hard work. Because if there are people who are hard working, it's Kenyans. I do remember me growing up. My dad used to wake up between 4 and 5 o'clock every day, apart from Sunday. Every day when he used to go to Marigiti. Every day, Monday to Saturday. And there's so many other parents who do different kinds of jobs. So Kenyans are not lazy. But look what happens. All that, because what Kenyans don't understand, the taxes is everywhere. Even when you go and buy milk, you go and buy bread, you go and buy whatever, there is tax in it. You go and buy, whatever you buy, there is tax. So I don't understand why Kenyans don't feel the pinch, don't have the pain when our taxpayers' money is being wasted. Look, for example, there with Raila. When they went to Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, look how many people they took with them. For what? You should not think that was not for free. It was taxpayers' money. Your and my money was used to take all those people to Addis Ababa. To do what? When you look like these men that won, he was only there maybe with his wife and family, close 4 or 5 people only. And Kenyans, you take, I don't know, 100 what? People paying so, wasting so much. And when our hospitals have no medicine, our teachers, no jobs. It's our youth, no jobs. It's crazy. But you get the money to waste, to pay for so many people to go to Addis Ababa. And even, everything that happens have a reason. Because there is God in heaven. God knows why Raila could even have that chair. Because you cannot tell me that Raila is so good. The moment our Gen Zs were being killed, he was quiet. He was very quiet. He said nothing. Because Ruto had promised him, we're going to do everything for you to get that chair, that position. It's just stomach, hungry, selfish, egoistic, greediness, call it, name it. And you as Kenyan, you're busy saying, clapping the head, oh, I'm coming back. He should go back to Bondo, where he comes from. Is it called Bondo or Bondo? Wherever. That's where he should go. You should not be like you Kenyans, oh, he has to come help in the politics. Then it shows that you have no hopes in ourselves. We have no hopes as civilians in our even Kenyan youth. And for me, as I say, I want to be ruled in Kenya by Kenyan youth. I don't want all these more students. Nobody, none of them. You cannot trust any of them. Now it's up to you and to me as Kenyans. We join together and we say, for example, we the Kikuyus, or Kikuyus, Kamba, Meru, or whatever, the Central people, we can agree, come together so that we vote in a block, back for a Gen Z or a millennium, a youth, not Mzee wa Moi, not those Moi students, them home, no discussion. How I wish and pray that Kenyans will think this way, because all these people standing there, there's nobody for you, there's nobody for me. For them, they just think about themselves and their family and their close friends. That's it. You are alone. Nobody gonna bring you a plate of food there. Nobody will care if your children are going to school or not. They keep lying, oh, free education, free blah blah blah. Look, what they call free. I thank God that there's somebody like Mr. Tidinyoro in Muranga, that he does all the best, that somebody has to pay maybe 1,000 kind of shilling, and then it's almost for free. That's what we can say. But look all the other places. Where is it free? Please show me. Tell me, Kenyans. Because all what is filled with our most of the leaders is lies. And you Kenyans, you listen to the lies, you back the lies all the time. Wake up. If not this round, if this time you are still singing all these people, we are lost. How many years shall we continue to be fooled and lied by these families, by these people? How many years? Because if you watch nicely, all these people who are there, they are all Moi students, all of them. Moi students, all of them. So, and those who are listening to them, they also behave like them, of course. So I think it's high time we say enough is enough. We Kenyans, we will build our motherland, ourselves. Forget about those so-called Moi leaders. But for me, I call them Moi student leaders. That's what I call them. Because that's what they are. Anyway, let's continue on with the last verse of the song. And after that, I'll tell you the singer, who sing the song. The song says, Gashagwa bring peace to the mountain and protect our wealth. There we go. Now, Gashagwa is also a Moi student, okay? He is. That's a fact. We cannot live in denial, okay? But we know that for us, all of us, to know which direction, we can join together and we can say, you know what? We want to be ruled. All of you can run to the Gashagwa and say, we all want agency. Yes, but we didn't have to start to tell Kalonzo is Moi student. Wetangula, Moi student. Modavadi, Moi student. Gachagua himself, Moi student. Uhuru Kenyatta, Moi student. Who else have we left? These Moi people, Moi students. It's their father. So it's all these people have to get out of the picture, Kenyans. As long as you put them there, you choose the same people. They will continue to steal pesa ya umma. They will continue to tax you high. They will continue just to be, they're very greedy. They just think about them and themselves and their families. So I think that time we say, no, enough is enough. We can make it. We can propose agency, a millennium, who we think can work for Kenyans. I think that's where we should go. That's what I think. Anyway, let's see on what the last verse says. That Gachagua is a village man, the shaggy village man, but these are not right on the ground. Yeah, that's true. These are bad. These are not okay on the ground. On the ground, people are crying. People are crying. People have no money, no nothing. Youth have no jobs. So these are very different. And when we hear like how much money these high positions, government officials, how much money they have, we ask themselves, where did they get all this money from? How? In which world are they living in? It's self-explanatory that they stole from you and from me. It's self-explanatory. Yes, it is. And what can I say? This song is a very beautiful song. It's for opening you and me as Kenyans. It's for us to say is enough is enough. We will not allow all these corrupt politicians to continue ruling us. At the end, the song says, we will never again betray our leader in our community. Yes, no community should betray their leader like the Kikuyus did when we only listened to Gachagua and we betrayed Uhuru. But the question here remains, could he have showed us the right way? Because Uhuru was showing us, was that the right direction? No. So there was no good direction either for Raila or for Ruto. It was all wrong direction because they are all Moi students, all of them. So none of them would say, okay, you showed us maybe the right. Oh, let me put here. Yes, I can see. Okay, I see now. I can Mashaka. I see Joyce. Amari, I see you. Thank you for coming. Yes, let me see what you say. Tonight at 20 Swedish time. Yes, greetings, Jerry. Yes, I see you, and Maura. Thank you for coming as well. Thank you for all those that came. Yes, as I have said, it's high time we all say enough is enough. We will not allow any of Moi's students to again ruin Kenyans to the wrong direction. It's high time we come together as community. For example, the true. We are making choices. We can come together and say, you know what? Without more students, who is there for us? Which millennium, which Gen Z can we trust? Who can be there to save our nation? Then the Luo people do the same. Say to yourselves, without Raila, who can we trust? Who can be there for us? The Luya, without Wetangula and Mudavadi, who can be there for us? What can we do? Who can we trust? I think this is the way to go for Kenya. Otherwise, if you continue with what you're doing, it's the same game. You return the same people who are selfish and criminals and stealing. That's what you're gonna do. So you'll be wasting your time again, like you've always done. Yes. So this round, we all have to agree that no more voting, more students. Nobody, without discriminating any, either from tribe or whatever. We all should say, you know what? We have to have new faces in Kenya. Faces that maybe will save our nation, will save our motherland. Yes. Actually, that I think was the last part of the song, that no one will betray anybody. Nobody should betray the other one in their tribe. Yes, and I promise that I would tell who is the name of the singer. The song is called Gwaliriako, and the singer are three people. It's Isaiah Jongo, Kahega Shosho, and Gesheha Watim. Those are the singers of that song. Very beautiful, nice song. You can go to their channels. That song is in all of them. You can go there, subscribe, and whatever for them. Yes, as that I say, for us Kenyans who are in the diaspora, if you watching me, listening to me, if you give away your citizenship, please, before you come online and talk to Kenyans, get back your citizenship. You are Kenyan citizen. If you love the motherland, if you love Kenya, get back your citizenship. Because if you don't, it shows you don't care. You're just making noise here for nothing. During when we are going for votes every 5 years, you are never there. It's crazy. That's all what I have to say today. And stay blessed. Thank you for coming. Today was the first time I was trying this StreamYard. I hope it worked well. I can see that Ken Masharia was there. Let me see. Yes, Anne Waola. Nice to see you. Long time. Thank you. Ken was also there. Yes, thank you so much. And we keep Jay. I'm here still busy. And Joyce Valeria, I see you too. No, it's okay. You can watch later. With me, I'm always patient, okay? We can always work later. Let's stay together. I saw that my StreamYard can work. It was the first time trying it. Yes, because my webcam was having some issues. That's why when I said I would come that and that time, that's why I didn't come, because the webcam was having some issues. Yes, I'll be back tomorrow, same time, which is Kenya time. It's 10 o'clock Kenya time, and in Sweden, it's 8 o'clock p.m. Kenya time. I'll be back tomorrow. And we continue with this journey. Yes. For those that will watch this later, remember please to touch the subscribe button. And we continue with this beautiful journey of scrutinizing and analyzing our music. Thank you and stay blessed. And yes, I'll be back tomorrow, same time. Thank you and bye bye.